1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ichi, ni, san. I don't know the German. Certainly don't know the Croatian. What is it? Close enough. Listen, if you wouldn't mind, they'd like us to turn our phones off. We're doing a live streaming, and I suspect there's some problem with that. So yeah, that would be good. And everybody can hear me okay? Good, good, good. And I appreciate you centering like this. Otherwise, I'm always turning to one side and my backside to the other. And then what happens is people appreciate it when I turn away. They get to look at my head instead of my face. And so I try to avoid that. Okay, as soon as we're settled, we'll get started. And here's the itinerary. We're going to go for about an hour and a half. And that may sound like a long time to go, but it's refreshing enough. And the first thing we'll do is we'll go back over the you feeling technique that we learned this morning. How many were here for this morning? Okay, so for some of you it'll be brand new. Good. We'll take our time and we'll go through it. Once you learn that, then I'm going to show you how to share it with each other. How do you help someone heal without transferring energy, without doing anything to them? And that's the key to doing nothing, is do nothing. So one really neat thing about quantum entrainment is it's ego-free. It's impossible to do it if your ego is working. That's because it's impossible to do if anything is working. This is a nothing technique. And if you could, folks, don't go too far that way. Come over this way if you can. Yeah, that's it. Good, 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 good. Now, about halfway through this hour and a half, we're going to be standing and moving around. So basically, you're only going to have no more than an hour, probably just 45 minutes, 35, 45 minutes on your granite there. Very good, very good, very good. I'm used to standing and sitting and standing and sitting, and usually I have a head mic so I can move around and boogaloo and do that stuff. But so can you hear me if I stand up and talk like this? Well, and how about you got it? Okay, good, good, good. All right. That's not going to speak today. We'll keep me. All right, good. All right, so let me introduce myself. I'm Frank Kinslow. I'm from Florida in the States. We have some very nice beaches too, but not weather like this. It's hot and humid. And I tell you, this is very nice to be here. And as I mentioned earlier, with family. I'm very comfortable with you here, and I appreciate that. You've made me feel very much at home. I have taught in Croatia for years, but never got to get out this way. And like it was, we were always in, I was going to say Dubrovnik. No, that was a nice stay, but we didn't teach there. So anyhow, and it's, I know that we've traveled into the country and up into the hills and that beautiful areas up there. What's the place with all the lakes going boom, boom, boom? Yeah, yeah, beautiful. Even in January. So, okay, so some years ago, when I was a young man of 61, I discovered this process of doing nothing. And the whole philosophy and the whole practice is upside down from what we normally do. Normally we have to learn something, and then we have to practice it, and then we have to do it. This is the opposite. We don't have to learn anything. You brought everything you need with you right now. You were born with it, and probably used it as a child. But as time, what happens is Mama says, oh, get dressed, we have to go to the store, you have to go to school, you have to do your homework. Teacher says you got to do your homework. Friends say, don't do your homework, come with me. And all of this pushing and learning to control ourselves so that we can be what in life? A success, right? And you all have decided that that's a kind of a narrow pathway. It's constricting. And so you like to open those parameters a little bit. I felt the same way as I went through my hippie phase. I'm still there, by the way. My wife makes me dress like this. And what I always had in my mind was, you know, that's just too much work. It's too much work. And even as I studied the meditations and read some Veda and that, I realized that the less I did, the better off it was. And when I hit that magical age of 61, my health was terrible. I was depressed, I was ill, I got migraine headaches, I was way overweight, and I thought, gee, I've dedicated my life to being free. I've meditated 2.5 hours a day for, I had at that time probably 25 years or more, every day, never missed one. No. My daughter was born, this is how dedicated I was. My daughter was born, and I was in school at that time, chiropractic college. And I got out of finals, and I ran to the hospital, and my wife says, our baby is here. I said, wait. And I went into the closet, and I meditated because I hadn't got my second one in for the day. Right? So at this age, I said, something's missing. And what was missing was nothing. It was all the trying that was working against the nature of what it is to be a human being. And I hold up as my models in this life our ancient forefathers, our hunters and gatherers. They had a remarkable life. I mean, it was a tough life. But in terms of freedom, that is when we became self-aware, somewhere around 100,000 years ago. And if you see them, we think, well, they're always struggling to get by, but not so. They only had to work 3 to 4 days a week to survive. That means they had 3 or 4 days a week where they could sit around and, you know, watch the waves and the sun sparkle or the clouds, you know, groom each other, you know, that kind of thing. Touch, interaction, small bands, not huge auditoriums filled with people. Hunter, and by the way, there was equality. Women and men were equal. All the things that we fight for today were naturally ours. That's why we're fighting for them now. We know inherently that that's what we are. That's what we need to be free. And what we're pushing against is the need to control. That need goes away when you are in tune, when you're in balance. You don't need to control because you have everything you need. There's a basic need. That's to be one, quote. And I don't mean that in some esoteric way. When we do this technique we're about to learn, we will be one for brief seconds. 2, 3 seconds, sometimes longer. Doesn't matter how long, because you just need to touch it. And as soon as you touch it, everything balances. You're free at that time. Then when you've forgotten it for a while, you say, oh, no, I gotta get more of it. No. It'll come to you as you need it, in the way you need it, period. Not in the way your guru tells you, or your boss, or your wife. No. Oh. Let me introduce my wife, Martina. Yeah. Stand up. Where are you from, by the way? No. Before Florida, dear? Czech Republic, yeah. So, and she can pick up some of the language, so be careful what you whisper right around her. I am, and so anyhow, what happens is when we are not aware of, I'm going to say you feeling, and we're going to use that word because I don't want you drawing any preconceived ideas, all right? You call it this, oh, I know what that is, or oh, I don't like that, right? So you feeling. When we're aware of you feeling, we're at home. All of our basic desires are met. We're one. We're one. We feel complete. The experience is, in life, I am hungry. I am angry. I am, lost. It doesn't matter. Okay. So what is all the focus on? The hunger, the anger, right? Or doing better, or whatever it is. We forget the what? I am. That's you feeling. And so I'm here to introduce you to I am. Just me, whatever that is. And you know what it is? It's nothing. Because as soon as it takes form, it's going to change. Everything born will die. But there is that aspect of all of us that makes us one. You always hear, we are one. Where? I don't see the oneness. I don't feel the oneness. I feel good. But where is the non-structure? Where is the nothing? So when we experience that, we are wholly human and beyond. We are, if you will, unbounded. And there's no desire there. Now, the trick is to experience that while you're in activity. This thing called no mind, right? That's separate. That keeps us separate. And then here I am, and then here's the rest of the world. With this work, with quantum entrainment, what happens is we start off right today experiencing separateness, in little small doses, and you'll see they have an immediate effect. And then, as we do it, very quickly, in a matter of, well, if we were doing a full workshop, which, by the way, I'll be doing in Zagreb a week from Saturday. When we are in a full workshop, by the second day, we're having this experience where the environment and us and what we are, our nature, starts to blend together. We feel at home with everything. Which, if you read Vedas, it takes years or lifetimes to achieve. And yet, that's because there's always effort involved. As soon as you stop creating effort, you're there. All right, so I'm not going to beat this to death with the intellect, if you will, because this is a practice session here. And we are going to start by learning to experience our self, capital S, without anything involved in it or trying in any way. This nothing. And then we're going to become aware of that nothing while we're moving around. That starts to integrate the nothing into the environment. So everything is made of nothing. If you talk to a quantum mechanical theorist, he will say, oh, you're talking about the vacuum state. The nothing, defined, this is defined, the vacuum state is the nothing from which everything comes. Everything comes. Now, we already know about that, at least in theory. Here we are in practice. We experience nothing, and then we start to experience, that's our foundation, our basis. Then we start to experience that nothing in other things. That's unity, not separation. I am no mind and everything else is. No, everything is alive and full with the same thing that you are. You are that. I am that. Thou art that. All this is nothing but that. That's what we're here to start. Without effort and immediately, not 2 lifetimes from now. Sound like a deal? Yeah? Ready to party? All right, good. All right, so if you need to, before we get started, stand up and stretch a little, because we'll be sitting down for about 20 minutes or so. But I have a feeling some of you have, I'm still feeling it from last night's. Yeah, good. Yeah, just stretch a little bit, and then we'll get started. You notice who has the comfy chair, don't you? Okay, good. You know, I'm just not used to using this. I've never had to speak. There we go. We got it. Okay, are we ready? All right, so we're going to do this sitting comfortably, as comfortably as you can on stone. And in a moment, we're going to close our eyes, and then I'm just going to give you some very simple instructions, okay? Just follow along with those easily. Okay, good. Let's close our eyes. And just let your mind wander wherever it wants to go. And now easily become aware of your thinking. Just watch your thoughts. Like watching a movie. The content is not important, what they're made of, just the fact that you're having thoughts. Now, thinking is like speaking. There are breaks. So as you watch your thoughts stream along, flow across the screen of your mind, wait for the break, the pause in the thinking. Between thoughts, there is nothing. When that nothing comes along, let your awareness be with it. And when it comes along, it may last a split second or two, or longer. The time is not at all important. Just that you wait and watch for that nothing to come along. And then thoughts come back. Now, if you've done other techniques, they may have said, thoughts are the evil enemy. Not so. Thoughts belong in what we're doing here, and they'll always be there. When you become aware that you're thinking, then you watch those thoughts and wait for the nothing to come along. So simple, so easy. Watching, waiting. Now, there's another way to become aware of the nothing. So again, become aware of your thinking. Just watch it. And now look beyond your thoughts to the nothing that's there. Again, that nothing will last just for a little while. Thoughts will return. Then just look beyond those thoughts to the nothing that's there. We're not trying to push out thoughts. We're not trying to hold on nothing. We're not trying to do anything. We are the disinterested observer. Now, you may prefer to wait for the nothing between thought or to look beyond thought to the nothing that's there. You get to choose now. So if you like, go ahead, watch your thoughts and wait for the nothing between. If you prefer, watch your thoughts and look beyond those thoughts to the nothing that's there. And we'll continue together for a little while longer. Very, very good. Now, when you become aware of nothing in this effortless and easy way, it feels good. You will experience some sense of well-being. Become aware now of that good feeling that you have. Could be a sense of expansion or lightness. Could be some contentment or joy or peace or love. Or just the joy of being still. Doesn't matter what that good feeling is, just let your awareness now be with that. It will change. That good feeling is your you feeling. It will change, and you're going to watch and see how it changes. You're not trying to make a change. You're not doing anything. You are not at all involved in it. Just watching. Now that good feeling, your you feeling, will disappear and thoughts will come. Now, just easily move back to you feeling. When you realize you're thinking, go back and pick up you feeling. You feeling can get stronger or become very, very quiet and faint. It can even disappear and become nothing. Or change into a different you feeling. Contentment might become peace. Doesn't matter. You're just watching and waiting. And when thoughts come, return to you feeling. Now become aware of you feeling and your whole body. Become aware of you feeling and your left foot. You feeling and your abdomen. You feeling and your whole body. Now let you feeling become aware of a flower. In your mind, have the image of a flower. And you feeling. Of a majestic mountain. And you feeling. Of a bicycle and you feeling. A building and you feeling. Become aware of someone you really, really love. Someone alive, or they can be passed on. And now interact with this person. Be with them wholly. Enjoy every bit of them. Complete freedom to be with this person you really, really love. Become aware of the feelings that you are having with this person. Those beautiful feelings, the interaction with this person. And let those feelings get stronger and stronger. And now let the image of the person go, and just the feelings remain. And let those feelings expand and fill your whole body. And continue to expand to fill this whole auditorium. Continually expanding, getting stronger. This whole country, the whole world, filled with these beautiful feelings. And still they expand. Beyond the stars, beyond the galaxy. Beyond all the galaxies. Beyond all creation, these feelings expand. Beyond all created things. They continue to expand and expand and dissolve into nothing. Now again, when it feels comfortable, just let your mind wander, but keep your eyes closed for just a little bit. And in a moment, we'll open our eyes. But we want to give ourselves, especially our bodies, a chance to transition into activity. Oh, you may want to stretch and wiggle your toes and fingers. Maybe rub some feeling back into your backsides. Leave your eyes closed as long as you feel comfortable. I'm going to go ahead and talk. Now, I have a question for you. Two of them. Number one, was it easy? What we did just now was easy? Good. Number two, do you feel some relaxation and some sense of well-being, some good feeling? Yeah. Perfect. Now this is the experience of you feeling. The nothing is pure you feeling. There's nothing there. Okay? And then what happens is when the mind is empty, it starts up on its own. And this is a really interesting part to discuss free will, because you're going to say, well, then I started thinking again. Well, you say, well, who started the thinking? And did you choose those thoughts? Well, where'd they come from? Anyhow, another workshop on that. So this effortless experience of nothing, and I'm sure you've been taught that it takes years of practice to clear the mind of thought. This is a common teaching. And it's true, it does take years if you are trying to do something. If you're concentrating, contemplating, making a mood, infinite love or something, all of this is work. And if you're working, if you're doing something, you're not doing nothing. See? It's just that simple. That's why it takes years. Finally, the mind says, oh, I'm tired of this after 20, 30 years. Oh, I'm tired. And then it gives up. Oh, there it is. Oh, my goodness. So we just cut to the chase here. And just those little slices of nothing, and you feel more relaxation, and you feel some sense of well-being, and you did it without effort, without trying. Now, we're going to take that skill that you have. Now, if you didn't do anything else, you just did this every day for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, your life would change immeasurably. How? Your critical thinking would be improved. Your immune system, you'd get along better with others. You'd get along better with nature, fit right in. In fact, nature starts speaking to you in very beautiful ways. Pain starts to go. All this happens how? By working on it? No, effortlessly. Because each time you touch nothing, each time you experience that, then body, mind, chemistry, balance. Balance, harmony, means healing. Because what's not in balance starts to heal. All right. So this is the foundation for all of the techniques, the QE techniques. We all do nothing except observe. And it has its effect. Just observation. It's underrated. You think you have to do something, but all you have to do is perceive something, and it makes a major change in your body and your mind. You want an example? We hear a screech out there, and a dog yelps, and you look, and you see a dog has been hit by a car. What happens to you? Well, in the mind, it becomes agitated. You might get angry at the driver, you might get afraid for the dog, you go into fight or flight, which means not only are you agitated in the mind, but your body has correlates that go along with that. Eyes dilate, blood pumps, adrenaline flows, all of those physiological changes instantly. Did you try to do that? No, it happened just by perceiving. Now, what happens when we perceive a sunset? Body quiets down, mind quiets down, right? You don't have to try. That's why we all clamor to the beach at sunset and watch the beautiful sun, because it's quieting and we don't have to do anything. When you perceive nothing, you perceive the deepest level of rest and the deepest level of healing that we can. Nothing is going on. You're totally at rest. And rest, as we know, is the universal healer. The deeper the rest, the deeper the healing. And so what we're going to do here now is a QE healing. I'm going to show you how to do it, and you're going to do QE healing with each other. And what are you going to do to your partner when you're doing that healing? What? Nothing. This is so beautiful. And I'm going to let you in on a secret. The person who's doing it, the initiator, they get more out of it than the partner does. But we'll get into that in just a moment. Okay? All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have someone to come from the audience. that I can show how to do this with, okay? So that you have an example of it. And let's go ahead and do a regular process, and then I'll teach you how to go through it step by step. How's that sound? Yeah? Good? Okay. All right. So what I need for an example is somebody with a physical concern, pain, restriction, can't move, anything like that here? You guys are all perfect, though. There's nothing. Your back hurts, and can we see the restriction? Let's try it out and see.
I'm not sure, but I feel it.
Okay, well, we can't see it, okay, so save it. Farther. You can't go further than that? All right, let's see if we have someone else. If not, we'll come back. I'd like something a little more, oh, I can't lift it. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah? So we can't see you seeing better, though. Yeah. Anyone? Oh, such a healthy group. I love it. What do you have?
I can't sit on my heels.
You can't sit on your heels. Oh, because your knee is restricted. So you have trouble kneeling?
Well, I can go like that, but I cannot go further down.
Okay. All right. For the sake of demonstration, where were you? Over here. Yeah. Come on, we'll do that. Yeah. Not a major. You're not coming up on crutches like we had this morning, but you'll do. Okay. So what I'm going to do. Okay. Come on over here. All I'm going to do is become aware of nothing, of you feeling. Now, when you become aware of nothing, and then the mind starts working again, it feels good. That's what we call express you feeling. So there's nothing, pure you feeling, and then express you feeling. Either one works. Okay, so you don't have to keep trying to get one or other. You just, when you realize you're thinking, then wait for the space between or beyond thought, and then that good feeling. But that's what we're going to do here. All right, let's see what, let's do it this way for now. Let's see what you can't do now.
I can't do this.
Okay, and there's pain there?
Yes.
All right, bend as far as you can without re-injuring, and then measure the pain 0 to 10, 10 being unbearable.
It's like 5.
Go the other side now. Okay, so we see what's normal, and she says the pain is about a 5. Okay, what's your name?
Mihaela.
Mihaela?
Yes.
I did it. I'll never do it again, though.
No, never mind. Once it's enough.
I love the names. They're melodic and just very mysterious to me, but George is an easy one, and Tom and Sally. So, excuse me if I murder the name.
No.
Okay. So, I'm going to make contact with Mihaela. And I'm going to become aware of you feeling. Done. That's it. I'm not doing anything to her yet. This is a hard one to realize. I'm not doing anything to her. Okay? But I am going to ask her to put her mind in neutral. In other words, just let her mind wander wherever it wants to go. Because if she's helping me, surrounding herself with light or calling down the angels, it's going to interfere with her ability to become aware of you feeling just by allowing it to fall into it on its natural self. So, okay? All right, let's see if I can set this up now for us. I think we can do it. All right. Now, I'm just going to touch here or here and here. Where I touch doesn't matter. You'll learn when you learn it, I'll show you where to touch. But then after that, because since I'm not doing anything, it doesn't matter. But I do this just because sometimes the partner gets wobbly real quick, and we want to make sure that I'm there to help if they decide to wobble over. You won't. You're good. Okay, so now just let your mind wander wherever it wants to go. I've got you. You won't fall. And this is the body doing its own thing. You see, I can talk and feel and act. The breathing is a part of this. She's warming up. This is also a part of it, the healing. And she can straighten up if she wants to, but she's not uncomfortable. Now we're not done, but let's just see if her you feeling did anything with this hip thing. Okay? All right, sweetheart, let's have you bend again like you did before. Look at the face. I don't have to look at it. You're getting a standing or sitting ovation there. See how simple it is?
Wow.
And what did I do?
Nothing.
That's right. That's all your own healing. That's every one of you. When you experience nothing, will heal, 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 heal. And I'll explain a little bit more about that as we go on. But she's nice and warm now. Breathing has changed. Stop breathing, then deep breaths, whatever the body needs to get the most healing out of that. Nice, huh?
Oh.
We'll go just a minute more here. Now the problem with this is that I'm going to have to fix my back when we're done. Up we go. All right, give us one more bend. All right, you done good.
Yes, and I was actually expecting the pain because...
Graded 0 to 10 now for the audience.
0.1.
0.1, a scientist here.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Good. So, actually, I'm thinking we won't go on with the healing part. And maybe I'll just talk a little longer. What do you think? Okay. Yeah. All right. So I want to show you how you're going to learn it. And it won't be like I did it. But by the time we get done with this little workshop here, you'll be doing it your own way. But I want everybody to start the same way so that we don't have any misunderstandings. And that's the main thing is people want to add something to it. They want to keep doing something. It's the hardest thing. So I'm going to take you step by step so we eliminate any of those problems, okay? All right, so now I need another, somebody with a good body and a nice broad back to come on up here to be my model. Yes! Yeah, don't give me that. Come on up here. Oh my gosh, I forgot how tall you are. I'll stand on the chair. All right. 10 years ago, we were together. He took a workshop from me from us in Zagreb. Yeah. All right, but he has a good back. And now what I need you to do is turn your good side to the audience. I love this. Okay. Now, you're going to start with 2 fingers. Okay? And the partners, you're going to have your partner's back, and you're going to place your fingers anywhere you want on their back. Okay? Now, when you do that, then just wait. Watch your thoughts and become aware of nothing. Wait for the nothing. That's all. So I'll do that now, and I've done this before, so I'm actually aware of nothing most of the time. But you're going to become aware of the nothing in the right finger, the left finger, and then both fingers at the same time. Now, if you say, oh, I can't, oh, it's a nothing, then just feel everything you can feel with your finger. Oh, yeah, I feel the firmness of the muscle, I feel the texture of the cloth, the warmth, the pressure of my finger. That's what I feel. And then my awareness switches to the other finger, and I do the same thing. I'll walk you through it. And then we become aware of both fingers at the same time. Guess what? Nothing's going to be there. You feeling will be there, some good feeling or nothing. And so you become aware of nothing, and this contact A, right index finger, left index finger, all 3 at the same time. Did I confuse anybody? I'll go through it one more time. Okay? You're going to come to your partner, put your fingers on their back, anywhere on their back. Become aware of everything you can feel in your right index finger. What do you think I could feel? Well, I feel the warmth, I feel the cotton, how much pressure I'm putting. Okay, that's all. All you're doing is observing what is there. You're not trying to do anything, okay? Observing. And then I'll ask you to switch to the other finger. Do that. And then become aware of both fingers at the same time. And when you do that, that good feeling, that you feeling will be there. Just for a moment. Bingo. And then so you become aware of you feeling and contact the right and left index fingers, all 3 at the same time. Don't try to work it out here. We'll work it out there. Okay? Thank you, my friend. You knew I'd pick on you, didn't you? Responsible for our desserts. Huh? How about those brownies last night? Yeah. Yeah. He's a sweet guy. Okay. So now, here's what I want to do, and please follow the instructions. They're easy instructions, but follow them. Don't get ahead of me. And I don't care if you've been an energy healer for 17 lifetimes. Forget all that. This is not healing, energy healing. This is helping your partner experience their own you feeling so they can do their own healing. You have nothing to do with it. Yeah? Oh, it's so beautiful. So if you did do healing, you might find that yourself get tired. If you do a couple. This, you get regenerated. Just full, because you're just living in your own fullness. Okay. So find a partner, and then just decide who's going to, not yet, don't move yet, let me finish. When you find a partner, then determine who's going to be the initiator and who's going to be the partner. And then I'll walk you through it. If you can't find a partner, raise your hand and I will help you. Okay? Because we'll end up with an even number here. All right? Okay, good. Go right ahead. And you can come down here, but stay where I can see you so I can help with any instructions if necessary. I forgot to mention, you should choose a partner, someone you do not know. Yeah, I know. Someone you do not know is very important. Oh, did I ruin it for you? Yeah. You can come down here, yes. Come down. Or you can stay there, either way. All right, who needs a partner? Anyone? Okay. Raise your hand and keep it up. Okay, there's two, yep. Raise your hand and keep it up. There's two right together there. Do you know each other? Okay, so everybody else has a partner? Martina? Then these two know each other, so one needs a partner and the other one can have Martina for a partner. Okay, everybody has a partner. Someone, hang on. Okay, here. No. Yeah, we have one person without a partner. Okay, get them up, keep them up. Okay, they know each other. Okay, how about the man here? Come on. Come on down here. Come on down here. There's one more. Well, this is like herding cats. Okay. All right, everybody has a partner? Someone you don't. All right. One more, Martina. Yonder. Everybody else has a partner, yes? Someone you don't know. Das ist gut. Sehr gut. Okay, now, you know who's going to be the initiator, right? So, shh. As soon as you know who the initiator is, initiator, turn your partner so you're looking at their back, but don't touch them. Very good, very good. Now, before we start, we say to our partner, we're going to begin QE, just let your mind wander wherever it wants to go. Tell your partner that. Now, initiators, Initiators, place your right index finger somewhere on their back. Make it comfortable. If they're big and tall, don't put your hand way up here because you'll get tired. Now, initiators, put your left finger somewhere else on their back, where it's comfortable. Good. All right. Now, partners, you're just letting your mind wander. Initiators, become aware of everything you can feel at your right index finger. Let your awareness now go to your left index finger. You feel the pressure, the temperature. Now become aware of both fingers at the same time. Some sense of well-being, some good feeling is there. Become aware of that good feeling. And contact A and B, all three at the same time. Now partners, or initiators, if your partner bends or sways too much, just stabilize them. They don't have to fall down or sway. They're not going to go into a trance. Just their body way of releasing. A and B at the same time, you feeling. Some sense of well-being, some good feeling will be there. Should be no communications between you. Okay, now initiators gently break contact and have a short chat with your partner. Just ask them about their experience. Okay, quiet. Shh. That shh is universal. Japan, Kazakhstan, And right here, it works, everybody. So, that was the first experience. There's no way to test that, just the feeling. Partners, how did you feel? Some sense of relaxation and some easy feeling, right? Initiators, no trying, just aware of one and the other, yeah? Okay. Now, we're going to kick it into gear a little bit here. The initiators are going to become partners, okay, in a moment. And this time, before the initiator does the QE, they're going to get the pretest, just like we did with George. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Mikhail. Michael. Michael's easy. So, and what I did was I asked her to test the concern, 0 to 10, 10 being unbearable. And now, not everybody's going to have a problem, but there's usually some discomfort somewhere. Maybe tight shoulders, or maybe a slight headache, or upset tummy, something, okay? So the partner is going to find, and remember, the partner was just the initiator, now they become the partner, is just going to find something, it could be major or minor, and then they're going to move, if it's physical, this way. And by the way, we're going to learn to do this for emotions after with the break. So, and then they're going to find out what it is, they're going to test it, come up with a number from 0 to 10, and then I'll run you through the whole process again, and then we'll switch one more time, okay? Got it? Did I lose anybody? Good, all right. So, initiators, the new initiators, talk to your partner and get some discomfort and then have them grade it 0 to 10. Don't touch them yet, don't touch them. This is all conversation. Once you have your number, initiators, then everybody be quiet so I know we're ready to start. Das ist okie dokie. Okay, very good. All right, initiators, tell your partner what? We're going to begin QE. Just let your mind wander wherever it wants to go. All right. Now, initiators, 2 index fingers, just place them on the back. Place them on the back. Go ahead, put both of them on there. Now become aware of your right index finger, everything you can feel there. Get both fingers up there now. Let your awareness move over to that left index finger. Become aware of both at the same time. And there will be some sense of well-being, some good feeling, some pause. Become aware of that. And contact A and B, all 3 at the same time. initiators, thoughts will come. When you realize you're thinking, just do it's called triangulation. Become aware of A, B together, you feeling. Just that simple. You're not trying to hold on to you feeling, not at all. Not trying to push out thoughts. A, B, you feeling. The hardest thing to remember is that the initiator is not doing anything except becoming aware of you feeling by triangulation. Later you won't even need to triangulate. Now, initiators, gently break contact and get your post-test. That means that your partner will do exactly what they did before and then grade it 0 to 10 and compare the two numbers. Okay, initiators, you can break contact. Okay, quiet. Shh. I hate to bring out the shh, but I had to. Okay. What kind of changes do we have? First of all, question was it easy? Shh, shh, shh. Okay, no effort, no trying, right? All we're doing is shifting our awareness when we have thoughts back to whatever it is that we're doing, triangulation. Okay. We find some drop in the post-test, the number? Yeah, yeah, good, good, okay. I want to get one more in because the first initiators didn't, they didn't get a chance to do the pre and post test. And that wasn't by design, I just forgot to do it. So the people who were initiators originally, or in other words, the partners just now, will now become initiators again. Get a pre-test from your new partner. All right, if you don't have anything, fake it. Just enjoy the ride. Yeah. Okay, let's go. All right, everyone quiet. Everybody have their pre-test? Shouldn't take too long. Don't invent something or hurt yourself trying to find something. Oh, I didn't have that trouble before. Okay, quiet, quiet. Initiators, get your pre-test. What's the matter? Oh, you just did, right? Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure everybody's got it. All right, shh. Initiators, what do you tell your partner? We're going to start QE, just let your mind wander. Don't start yet. Okay, initiators, make contact with both your fingers. Somewhere is comfortable on their back. And let your awareness go to the right index finger, everything you can feel there. Left index finger. Both at the same time. Some good feeling, some sense of well-being, or nothing will be there. Just momentary, become aware of it. And A and B, all three at the same time. What else do you do, initiators? Nothing. A, B, U feeling. Initiators, you're not trying to do anything. You're simply becoming aware of A, B, and U feeling. You don't need to do anything. You'll just get in the way. Beautiful. So simple, so easy. Just observing. Okay, initiators, gently break contact and get your post-test. Have a short conversation, and then everyone, well, not necessary. Okay, quiet. Very, very good. Shh, very good. Thank you. So, was it easy, everyone? Yeah. Some sense of well-being, some good feeling and relaxation, yeah? Good. We find a drop in the numbers? Let me tell you something. Sometimes it doesn't drop. And then an hour, 2 hours later, sometimes 3, 4 days later, a years-old problem will go away. So initiators, you're never responsible for any healing that takes place in your partner because you're not doing anything to them. You're just inviting them. And I'll give you an analogy to understand this more clearly when we get back from the break. Up here, there are some books that are for sale. And at the end of this workshop here, I'll sign the books for you if you like. And Martina knows if you have questions about which one is which. When we come back, we're going to learn to do remote QE, and then we'll do emotional QE. So this is, you're getting just a little smidgen of what we'll be doing in the workshop in a week from Saturday. We'll do the basic advanced stuff, which includes financial QE, relationships, and working with children and other animals. Did I say that out loud? And, and the last day is QE intensive, or how to learn how to do the QE intention work, how to have an intention without having an intention and have your desire immediately fulfilled. That's the third day. So it's full of goodies. But what you've got here now, if you do nothing else, your life will change immeasurably. Immeasurably. Because what's going to happen is just becoming aware of you feeling. It will change in the way that is best for you, not the way Frank says it. Right? And what I'm giving you, you don't need me anymore. I mean, give me a minute. It's you. It's not Frank. It's not some idea. It's just you being with your essence. We call that you feeling. So have a break, and we'll be starting back here in, well, you want 20 minutes or 30 minutes? 30? 20. I shouldn't ask. I should never ask. All right, 25 minutes. So at 5 minutes to 4, 5 minutes to 4. So let's start with some questions about what we did in the first section, in the first section. Questions? Yes. Nobody can. Oh, they have to. All right, come in. Come. Yep. Jan? Oh my God, come here. What are you doing? What is it? It must be. All right. So what was? Yeah, we can ask questions now. Yeah. If you ask me, I'll repeat it so that everybody can hear it. No questions? Oh, yes.
I'm just curious how you managed to. You wrote 9 books.
Yes.
Actually, about the nothing.
Yes. Yes.
It's so fascinating.
It's easy. Every page is empty. I could write 100 more. The question was, I wrote 9 books about nothing. I've got a whole career about nothing. The books were easy. I'm writing one right now, my 9th book, right here. You know, and it's different. It's a novella. It's a novel. And it's about it's a story of QE, but in story form. And I think it'll be well received. It's and it also, it's not just the story, but it actually teaches QE, because as the characters learn it, then the reader learns it. So it's yeah, it's going to be a fascinating little, and short, very short. Yeah. Good question.
How do you say to integrate 3 things? So it's a right finger, left finger, and the third one is you feeling.
Well, okay.
These 2 together.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I understand.
Let me go through that again, the triangulation. And this is just to learn it. And by now, some of you won't even need to triangulate, but let's keep doing it. I use 2 fingers, and you pay attention to one. You know, just what can you feel? It doesn't have to be very long. Then you switch your awareness to the second one. Okay. Now, have you got it? No? Okay. Anybody else having trouble with their hearing? Can everybody hear it? The translator? But everybody else who has a translator can hear? Okay. So, when we just, I don't want to say focus. I don't want to say focus. That means concentrate. No, we just become aware of. Always, in everything that we do, we don't concentrate, we don't control, we don't try. The dirty word, the cuss word, is try. So it's easy. The hardest thing we do is shift our awareness from one place to another. Can you do that? Here, become aware of this hand. Look at it. Now look at this hand. How hard was that? That's the most work you do in QE. You're having thoughts, you switch to either nothing or back to you feeling, or you're triangulating. You become aware of both at the same time. One, then the other, then both at the same time. What happens when you try to become aware of two things at one time? Nothing. Nothing. Listen, nothing is always there. It's not like you got to go find it. You want me to prove it? You want a little experiment? Right? All right. Look down. Look in your lap, on the floor, at your feet. Look down. And look up at the sky or trees. All right. Now, what was in your mind from the time you were looking down to the time you looked up? It's always there. It's like the screen for the movie. But when you watch the movie, you don't think about the screen. But it's always there. Nothing is always there. It's the nothing from which everything comes, according to our scientists. And all I'm doing is giving you a simple process to shut off the movie and become aware of the screen. And that awareness of the screen is what does all the healing. It's what's been missing for us humans for many millennia. And it's what causes the disruption. It's what causes the distortion in what is a naturally loving and community-oriented human being. Again, look at the hunters and gatherers. And even today, hunters and gatherers, they're happy. You take them out and you give them great things and they can't wait to get back. And it's been, Darwin would go and get, natives from islands and bring them back and have them, learn how to use a fork and a knife and all that stuff. And they couldn't wait to get back home. Because we don't have the answers. We force our way of life on others. We have lost what it is to be human. To be human is to have balance between nothing. When we're not aware of nothing, small ego forms. I have time in the full workshop. We go into all these processes so that the understanding is full. But when we forget you feeling, then the ego says, it forms, and it says something's missing. Something in my life is missing. You ever said that? I mean, you do everything. And sooner or later, somebody who's honest with themselves will say, is this all there is to life? This is it? Nothing is missing. Or you're missing nothing. You know what I mean. Okay. And all you do is add that. And then your life begins to balance in the way that is best for you. Not the way Frank says it should be. Okay? And so that's all we're doing, is becoming aware of our essence, our basic nature. Period. Nothing more is necessary. You don't have to try from there. Because that's what's missing. Then what happens, ego says something is missing and says, I know what I need to fulfill myself. I need more money. I need a better job. I need to meet somebody, get somebody in my life that will fill that emptiness. And then that's never enough. Why isn't money enough or a relationship alone not enough? Because if it were, you would be satisfied with less than what life has to offer you, which is nothing. See what I'm saying? It's a total shift in the way we think, because what we're doing is satisfying our deepest desire to be whole, to be one with ourself. And when we have that desire fulfilled, even momentarily, then our life shifts slightly, and then again, and then again, and it gets broader and wider. And then the things that we thought we needed become preferences. Oh, I'd like that. But we don't need it. And we start working in the way that we need to as individuals. As you know, as I mentioned this morning, we start playing our own music. Not what someone else tells us we should be playing. We are unique in that. Every one of us is unique in that way. So back to the question here, when we become aware of 2 points at the same time, the mind stops. And nothing, as we just found out, is always there. And when nothing comes into the awareness, it's there, but if we're not aware of it, it has no value for us. Pardon me?
The mind or partner, the thoughts of partner stop.
The mind's, well, yes, let me go through this and we'll come back to the partner. What you have to understand is that this, remember I said everything is upside down with QE philosophy and practice. We want to do nothing, and we don't want to complicate life. We want to simplify it to the fact that, to the point that there's nothing. When we become aware of nothing, then everything gets organized for us. It's like tuning up our instrument and then giving us the space to play it. Our instrument. Okay. Now, how does the healing take place if we're not doing anything to our partner, right? How does that healing take place? That's your partner's business. You aren't responsible for their healing. Whether they heal or not has no bearing on you. You can't take credit for it. Hey, look what I did to them, huh? And you can't be responsible if they don't heal. Now, when you become aware of you feeling is the same wisdom, it's that same energy that took you from sperm and egg to where you are now. It knows what to do better than you do, consciously, than doctors, than anyone, even your favorite healer or guru. You feeling is that energy. It's another word for it is order. Is there order in the universe? Of course. What is that basic order? I call it you feeling. And you feeling knows what to do. Now, you might say, oh, I've got this sore shoulder, okay, or your partner may say that. And you do QE and the shoulder doesn't get any better. Well, did QE not work? Did becoming aware of nothing not work? No, it just didn't work the way you wanted it to. That's why we don't involve ourselves. A healer is involved in the healing. That limits the healing right there. So what happens is when we become aware of you feeling, and you feeling says, yeah, I know the shoulder's a problem, but you know what? There are cancer cells starting to develop in the liver. Let's take care of that first. That's a priority. And it goes after that. If there's energy left over, it might go to the shoulder, it might go somewhere else. You see? So we're turning over our limited control to experience the joy of being in tune with our essence. Now, what is the relationship between partner and healer? All right, let's say we got this mineral springs, warm, healing mineral springs. And let's say you're a little anxious and you've got a headache. So you hop in there and you float around. Oh, it feels so good. 10 minutes, you're calm as can be, and the headache's gone. Now somebody comes along and they say, hey, what are you doing there? So, oh, I'm just floating around here getting rid of my headache and my anxiety. Hey, I got high blood pressure and I'm angry at my boss. Will that help? You say, I don't know. Get in and try. He gets in, floats around, 10 minutes later, blood pressure's normal, not angry at the boss anymore. Did you heal him? No. You invited him into the springs. That's all you did. That's all you're doing with your partner. Hey, I'm going to experience my own you feeling, and if you let your mind wander, you can experience yours, and whatever happens, that's yours. See? Beautiful. Except for egos. Egos don't like this. They don't. Because there's no control. If you are controlling, you lose it. Okay? Good questions. Good questions. One more, I think. Yeah? Yeah.
So, from your experience, would you recommend doing it? Is there like number of times?
Okay, from my experience, would I recommend doing QE? No, I don't think you should ever do it again. Well, maybe once or twice. No, I know what you're asking. How much should you do when you want a program, right? I recommend doing the you feeling technique like we learned here. Sit down, close your eyes. You can use it as a meditation technique. And minimum of 10 minutes a couple times a day. 15 minutes is going to make even greater changes. But let's say, well, I have a meditation I really like. Fine. Do QE first for a little while, 10 minutes. That allows you to get at the settled level. And again, I'll go into this in more detail when we get a chance in Zagreb. And set you there. Now, anything you do after that, any techniques you want to do, or just living in general, or healing, maybe you have some illness, it's going to be, you're going to be more successful because you're starting from this level than rather than up here. So there's no elimination, do this or that. It's do anything you want, but do QE first. Now, I'm experiencing nothing right now, along with activity, right? Is that a goal? No, there are no goals. The goal is to have no goals and wait and see. It's watch and wait. Watch and wait. Something we humans don't do too well. We're always looking to get a leg up. Right? And so this, at first, may seem counterintuitive, may seem like it's not going to work, but believe me, your life will change in all kinds of ways. 10 minutes twice a day for that. Now, I would do healing. That has a different influence. And I do that, and I'm going to show you how to do remote healing, so you can do it every day. And you can do it with someone, well, let me ask you. If you were doing QE for someone who's not here, for instance, do you need to get their permission? Why? You're not doing anything to them. You're inviting them in. Now this is I don't want to seem too cosmic here, but for some there's a communication between all human beings on a level that is beyond my comprehension. And some pseudo-scientists would call it entanglement, but that only works on a microscopic level. It's not that, but it might be something like that. Doesn't matter. You're not dragging them into some vortex to be healed. I'm going to heal them no matter what. It's still an invitation on that level. And they either heal from it, they don't. You can offer, that's all. Anything beyond that stops being QE. And by the way, when you do force, it's going to create more non-healing, more energy. It's going to create more distortion in you than it will them. Okay. All right. Good questions. Good questions. Yes.
Does it matter, eyes open, eyes closed? I mean, you had us close our eyes, so then I was...
Eyes open or eyes closed? Good question. I start out, when I'm doing QE with another person, eyes open. Sometimes they go very quickly, and if you lose your balance, boom. You can close your eyes as the initiator. The partner can do either. Just leave it open to them. They usually close their eyes. Start with your eyes open and then do what you feel to do. We learn it closing our eyes. That shuts off the sense of sight, which can be disruptive, but once you get it, you know, and you see me, I don't triangulate. Even though I use two hands, I'm not triangulating. I'm already there, you know, experiencing, and I just like that thing. You'll develop your own from there. Good questions. And we better move along if we're going to get it in on time. Whew, goodness sakes. One more, what? For self-QE. Oh, that's really, really quite complicated. So I don't know if I have time to go in onto it. You already know how to do it. You just did it. That was the first thing we learned. That's self-QE. And all it is easy, please, easy, effortless. If you don't get it, or let's say in a few days you find old habits coming in and you're trying, get the audio download. It's in English, and it is in Croatian as well. If you buy the book Awe Feeling in Croatian, it'll give you the connection that you can get the free download in Croatian. And then just listen to that. I recommend everybody listen to it every 2 or 3 days for 2 or 3 weeks, and that'll make sure that you are effortless in your practice. And it's you know, the awe feeling is remarkable. I don't have time to go into that, but it's always in teaching QE for about 15 years. I thought something is missing. It's not. I don't quite have it. And because you feeling works from the inside out, and then I discovered awe feeling, the sense of awe, is an outward thing, and it goes from out in. So you feeling out, and so it's very powerful. And you practice that one. It's a long, arduous practice, around 3 minutes a day, period. And that's broken up into 5 or 10 second sessions. Okay, so what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and do emotional QE, just in case we run out of time. Remote is pretty simple, doesn't need much explanation, but emotional QE we're going to approach differently than we did with the physical QE. You'll find that it's quite remarkable. Our biggest professional group that practice QE or use QE in their practices are psychologists. And they find that it accelerates their own techniques. Oh, and by the way, while you're doing QE, it's a real common, especially in the United States, I don't know here, but I don't know what's the matter with Americans, United States Americans, not North Americans like Canadians. They got their stuff together. But if I teach a course in the U.S., it's like teaching kindergartners. It's, oh, wait a minute, hey, oh, wait a minute here. And they're all over the place. Give me a break, I'm going back to Europe. Oh, my goodness. But it's this piecemeal thing that you know, hey, I want this, I need this, I want this now. All of that, they don't even allow themselves a chance to settle in. It's quite a remarkable phenomenon. Now, I forget where I was going with that, though. It was something about, what was it? Oh, emotional. Yeah. Boy, you guys are good. So what was it about the practice? Can you tell me again?
So you said like when you want to do this like psychologists.
Oh.
do it in your practice and then you
Oh, yeah, I know. It's a problem when I'm trying to squish a lot of stuff in there. My head's going in 10 different directions to make it all work. All right. Yeah, I don't know where I was going. And obviously, I either remember it again or it wasn't that important. So, oh, wait a minute. Everything I say is important. I forgot. Forgot that, too. Okay. So, emotional QE. The biggest difference here, the change, is that we do not share, the partner does not share what their problem is. Initiators, you don't want to know. I mean, you might either out of compassion or nosiness want to know, but no. So we're not going. So they're going to internalize their emotional discontent, whatever it is, and they're going to grade it 0 to 10. And all you're going to get's a number. And this is cool. Why? Why don't you need to know? Because you're not doing anything to them. You're just giving them the chance. Okay. Now when we do the more advanced techniques, the intention work, and when I say that, I hate to even use the word intention because it's totally opposite of traditional intention work. Then once you learn that, then we go into the deeply spiritual stuff, the side, the stillness, the you stillness side of QE. That, once you get it, you're there. Oh, that's it. So when we do emotional healing, we don't get involved in their problems, and we just do QE with them, just as normal. But we're going to do QE for a little longer period this time, just to let you get the feel for it. And we do the pre and post. Let me see. I think it's pretty simple, but a little bit different. But it'll also give you a chance to practice doing a personal QE, where you're actually touching your partner. Anytime you don't touch your partner, that's remote QE. But then, to set it up long distance, I'll go through that with you before we quit. Quick questions on emotional QE? I'll go through with everything for you. Oh, and I was asked to remind you to keep your telephones turned off. Uh-huh.
Little question. How do you deal with emotional numbness? Like when emotions are actually not really present. How can you work on something you don't remember?
Right. Now, how can I work on something you don't remember? How can I work on something, or how can the partner work on that? Answer is they can't. They don't with QE, right? What knows how to heal, what knows how to create balance is you feeling. So all we're doing is bringing you feeling into our awareness. And that enlivens it. That allows it to do its job. It does its job anyhow. It's always working, but we're allowing it to work more efficiently. So you don't have to know what the problem is. If you just feel fine, if you're in denial, for instance, and don't have anything, that's all right. It'll still work. You just say, and this is pretty rare when someone says, oh, I don't have anything I'm concerned about. It's a defense mechanism that you might see sometimes, but you feeling will know what to do. You feeling is compassionate. It's yours. It's you. Your foundation, your basis as a human being. There's pure you feeling, I am. And then when the mind starts working again, it's the first manifestation. It's the finest level of being a human being. It's your essence. I am is general. Everyone is I am. That's where we're all one. But when we become an individual is when that mind starts working. And that level, what is it? Well, it's peace, compassion, joy, love, expressed you feeling. And what's that tell you about you? That's your essence. That is you at your essence. And now look at how you're performing out here. All right? Is that essence reflecting purely? Not in my life. You know, I can say that. I've been doing this for years, and yes, the reflection is purer. And my relationship with you feeling is much more fulfilling and much firmer. But if you're not aware of it, then we have to build up these defenses. And you might say, there's nothing wrong, or I can't be fixed, or whatever, all of those things. And that's the realm of psychiatrists, psychologists, and good luck with that, right? Years of therapy. Years of therapy. And just touching base, and the tears come, and it's just, I'm home, I'm free. But then you forget it. So you have to do it again to remind yourself. And that beautiful, beautiful awareness that I am good, I am peace, compassion, joy, love, gratitude, all of that is me at my foundation. That's what you begin to realize. Yeah. So it's common to think, how do you work on something? Of course, we're doing nothing, so we can't work on it. We let you feeling do all of that. And we don't take responsibility as initiators. Let me remind you of that. You are not responsible. Your ego may get involved. Not while you're doing QE, or you might have flashes of it, but when you're aware of you feeling, it doesn't work. And I have a chart that I can show you. Well, we won't, but there's a way to easily see the relationship of ego. One is, we don't want to kill the ego, we want to expand it to infinity, so that it's whole and full. And when we're not aware of you feeling, it becomes small. It becomes manipulative. It does one of two things. It accepts what it thinks is good for it and pushes away what it doesn't. And that creates this dichotomy. So anyhow, enough of that. Let's go on to the healing here. Oh, and by the way, a lot of this philosophy and theory I put into the books as well. So if you want to know more about any particular thing, you can find them there. Okay, so now we're going to break up into groups of two with someone you do not know. Okay, and while we're doing that, you can raise your hand if you don't have someone and look at me, and I will guide you to someone who also doesn't have a partner. And then once you are together, determine who's going to be the initiator. And then just wait for me, and then when everybody has a partner, then I'll talk you through the rest of it. Okay? Are we ready to boogie? Okay, let's do it. Find a partner, someone you don't know. All right, who needs a partner? Look at me, right here. Raise your hand, keep your hand up. Put your hand up, look there. Look, down here. Yeah, there we go. And here's a young man over here. Right here. Yeah, there you go. Anybody else? Everybody has a partner? Oh, wonderful. We did that so well. You feeling at work. But, oh, hello. Anybody else? Oh, where's Martina? Okay. What? Okay. Come on over here. All right. See if Martina's there. Let's see. No, she won't be. Okay. Is she coming? Can you see her? Oh, good, good. Martina, we have one extra. Yeah. That's good. So you can go, Martina, then. Thank you. All right, let's get our magic wands ready. Oh, first, we want to get our emotional concern. Now, partners, do not pick the worst thing that's ever happened to you ever in your life. We're only going to do this for a short while. Save the biggies for later. So if you're going to have an emotional upset, keep it not much higher than a 6, 5 or a 6 in the mid-range, just so you can see the changes. And then later, then you can work on it for a longer period of time. Okay? So partners, bring up that emotional concern, whatever it is, and grade it 0 to, let the emotions get up as strong as they're going to get. You don't need to talk. This is just partners. Shh, shh. Just partners now. Don't need to talk. Yeah? No, don't give the thing. Just, all right, follow, listen, shh. Just partners. Bring up the emotional concern. Let it get as strong as it's going to get. And then grade it 0 to 10, 10 being unbearable. Go ahead and do that. Okay, good. Now, let your initiator know the number. Don't tell them anything else. Very good. Oh, I love this. All right. Initiators, let your partner know what? Initiators are going to let their partner know that we're going to start QE. Let your mind wander wherever it wants to go. Go ahead and tell them. Martina, look. Okay, so now initiators, make contact with your fingertips. I'm sorry? Both. Go ahead, both, yeah. You're experts now. You can use both at the same time. Now become aware of everything you can feel in the right index finger, contact A. Let your awareness go to contact B. Become aware of both at the same time. There's some good feeling there, some space of nothing, or you feeling. Become aware of that good feeling and A and B, all three at the same time. Initiators, easy awareness of you feeling. It can be nothing, or it can be just a gentle, good feeling, some sense of well-being, peace, compassion, joy, love, contentment, stillness. When thoughts come and you realize you're thinking, just triangulate again. We're not trying to push out thoughts. We're not trying to hold on to you feeling. No trying at all. Just observing, disinterested observing. Now, initiators, if you like, and don't do this right away, just listen, you can move your hands and you can take a broad hand contact if you want instead of the fingers. But if you're going to do that, you move one hand at a time, keeping contact always with your partner with at least one hand. Touch is gentle, like a finger on an eyeball. You'll know your partner is experiencing you feeling if they exhibit one of these 4 signs: a gentle swaying, a change in their breathing, their body heats up, and their muscles relax. Beautiful, effortless, easy. Now, initiators gently break contact. Have your partner do the same test that they did before and give you the number 0 to 10, and have a short conversation with your partner. Okay, quiet. Quiet. Oh. I'm definitely not in America. This is great. So, it was easy? Yes, everyone? You feel some relaxation, physical, and some sense of well-being, emotional? Yes, everyone? Even the initiators? Yeah. Okay. Very good. Notice some drops sometimes, yeah? And if you notice a drop down for all of you partners, a little bit later, 20 minutes from now, do the test again and see. It usually drops even further. It continues to work for days afterwards. All right. Now, partners become initiators, but don't do anything yet and keep quiet. Just turn around, get to your new partner's back. All right. Now, initiators, you're going to get to do something a little different because you're special, more special than the last initiators. Well, half of you hate me and the rest of you, that wasn't too smart. So, you can start with your hands open if you like. And you can go to the front of the body if you like. Okay? But always the touch is gentle. And we don't massage, we don't poke. Just once it's there, it stays there gently. Okay? And if you decide to move your hands again, then move one hand, then the other. But don't do them both at the same time. Okay? So initiators, go ahead and take, yes.
The sway so much that you're so relaxed, but you're trying to control not to fall on the other person.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if they're swaying in that too much, just reach around initiators and pluck them on the nose. That takes care of that, usually. You may have to roll up a newspaper and smack them, but... well, for here, we learn it standing up for a number of reasons. And we learn on the back, right? So we do on the back, but if we're doing it on the front, they're watching us, right? And we're doing A, B. We don't know where to put the finger, first of all. Better put it. And then they're watching us, right? And then we don't know what they had for lunch, so we're doing triangulation, like, don't breathe on me. So we learn on the back. It's just easier. But now, initiators can start with one hand on the front if they like. And so go ahead, initiators, get your pretest. We did that already? No, we haven't. Get your pretest. So partners, bring up your emotional concern when it's as strong as it can be, graded 0 to 10. Give that number to your initiator. Initiators make gentle contact with your partner. Open hand if you like. 2 fingers, however you like to do that. Gentle touch, eye on a finger on an eyeball. Go ahead. Make contact. And if you can, become aware of you feeling. You feeling might be there for you. More than likely it is. Just become aware of you feeling. You really don't have to triangulate at this point. If it's not there, then go ahead and triangulate. Contact A, contact B, A and B together. Thoughts will come, they'll be there. When you realize you're thinking, become aware of you feeling again. Again, you know that your partner's experiencing you feeling if they're exhibiting some gentle swaying or movement, change in their breathing, if they become warm, and of course the body relaxes in some way. Usually after, you can see it in their face very easily. They're 10 years younger. At home, when you do QE with a partner, you can do it sitting. I like to start standing, and then if it's a longer one, then go to sitting. Easy awareness of you feeling. You feeling is either pure you feeling, nothing, or expressed you feeling, peace, compassion, some good feeling, some sense of well-being. Don't misunderstand. You feeling is not an emotion, expressed you feeling. It comes as a direct experience with pure you feeling. When you experience pure you feeling, then you have some expression of that. You can't make an emotion. It's not the same. You can't say, I'm going to feel peace or love or happiness. Very, very good. Now, initiators gently break contact, get your post-test, have a short chat with your partner, then everyone return to their seats. Okay, let's have a seat. Let's have a seat. I don't want to take you too much over time. What's the first question? Mine. Was it easy? If it wasn't easy and it wasn't fun, it wasn't QE. Plain and simple. So it's always easy, effortless. No more than shifting your awareness from thoughts to whatever it is, pure you feeling, express you feeling. Okay. Everybody find that so easy? Good. And you feel some sense of physical relaxation. That's body, mind. And if we could measure the chemistry in some way, we would find that that would normalize too. Blood sugar and what other? Yeah. I'm sorry? How about, I'm sorry. Hot flashes. Oh God, you know. I don't know anything about those. Well, they'll come and go, what can I tell you? Enjoy it while it's in between. I can't speak from experience there, but menstrual problems in particular respond very well to experiencing you feeling. Hot flashes may be a normal process, and if it's so, it'll be accelerated, it'll be tolerable. You know, when you're doing QE, you may feel some discomfort. This will come from healing. And you may have noticed that while you're doing QE, I'm a little antsy, or some old pain might come up. That's because before now you weren't able to get the deep enough rest to release that, to help it to heal. But once you start doing that, these old injuries will start to heal up too. So I can't speak to that specifically, but others have mentioned that it is quite helpful. If you're taking medication, it'll do two things. It'll make the medication work better, and it'll help reduce the side effects. A lot of people who have gone through chemotherapy said it's the best thing in the world for the nausea with that. And we've had some pretty remarkable stories along those lines as well. Works on animals. You'll see tumors disappear in animals. Now, did QE cure the tumor? Did it cure the cancer? Did it cure the hot flashes? No. It simply allowed your body to do what it normally what it should be able to do normally, and do it more efficiently and for a longer period of time. That's all. Mm-hmm.
I was wondering what is, maybe it will bring us to the next topic, but the importance of the touch. And I mean, it's called like quantum entrainment.
Mm-hmm.
So probably it says that touch maybe is not needed, but still it feels very, very good. So,
Touch. Why do we touch? We don't have to. Obviously, we have remote QE. Remote QE is just as effective as in-person touching QE, with the exception of when you touch, and this has nothing to do with QE, as a human being, human touch is healing. So you get that added to it. So touch when you can, but if you can't, you can do QE with someone who's sleeping. Many times, especially living in the States, I'll do QE, remote QE, with people who are asleep. It's not quite as effective. Remote QE, you do sitting, you tell them what time you're going to start, have them sit down. If they're going to do the pretest, have them do the pretest, whatever the problem is. Sit down, usually do it for 20 minutes, remote. If they're ill, I'm trying to get all this in, but it's just no, I mean, this is a 2-day workshop all stuffed into 2 hours. If it's, you know, well, let's just say that do QE, and whatever happens, you can't hurt with QE. You can't cause any discomfort because you're not doing anything. You're simply offering your partner and yourself, and the initiator gets more out of it than the partner. Why? Because they're moving and they're learning to integrate this deep stillness, this deep sense of nothing in every activity. And so it helps to stabilize it quickly. If you're ill, do QE for others. It's very, very helpful for you to help others while you're feeling, assuming you can. Always do it sitting or standing. Never lie down and do QE, but if your partner is very ill, they can lie down, obviously. Okay. Yes?
I didn't get it. Can I do it on my kids? Do I have to have their permission, or I can do it without them knowing?
You don't need permission to do QE. Didn't I cover that this afternoon? Yeah. No, because you're not doing anything to them. And we have sneaky mothers doing it all the time. It's great on little ones, you know, if they're afraid or something. You know, they love QE, maybe read them a story and do 2 minutes of QE and before they go to sleep. It's a beautiful, beautiful way to ease them into that. Let's see. Kids. Yeah, okay, sorry. There are painful thoughts, you know. So kids, kids are, you know, they may like to just crawl in wrap, and others, and the same thing with animals, and I'm not drawing a parallel there. The animal, you think, oh, they love this, they're so close to nature, and the cats may just get up and run off, or the dogs go, that's all right, you can still do it. But you don't need permission, because you're not doing anything, you're inviting them into the pool. And you're doing that on a level that's beyond, you're doing that on a level that's beyond communication. Is there a question here? No? Yeah. Yeah. With an animal, you can hold them best, but if not, then, you know, just let them, they respond so beautifully with this. Animals, all kinds. We have people who do QE with horses and like that. Vets will do that. I'm thinking, and this is not unusual, a woman had an elderly dog that couldn't walk, one of the bigger ones where the hips were a problem, and so it was just dragging itself along, and sure. And now listen, if please feel free to go. I'm keeping you over, and I realize that. But I'll answer this one more question, and then we'll wrap it up. I'm still answering this question. Hang on. And she took the dog into the vet, and the vet says, he's bad. Well, let's put him down now and put him out of his misery. And she says, well, I want to take him home and just spend the last night with him, and I'll bring him back in the morning. And so she did that. Well, then she remembered, she was sitting there, the dog couldn't walk, it couldn't eat, and so it just laid there. So she laid with the dog, and then she remembered about halfway through the night that she knew QE. And she started doing QE with the dog. And she'd do QE, and then she'd fall asleep, she'd do QE, fall asleep. Well, then in the morning she was awakened by a clanking, clank, clank, clank. And it was the dog at the water dish, and his collar was hitting the dish. And he was up walking around. And she was amazed. She was amazed. And then she took him in and had him put down. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, no, no. So, some amazing, we get amazing stories, and it seems like the animals are, I mean, you know, people will talk about too, tumors disappear and things like that. I'm not saying, and believe me, that QE is treating these things. QE does not treat anything. QE QE means the technique to experience nothing. That's all it means. And that's all we're doing. Whatever happens after that, happens. Okay? Last question. Uh-huh.
What happened if somebody doing QE for me, he or she had bad thoughts, and he is not good man. He don't want good for me. And okay, I understand. Is there any possibility to QE be negative, or is just a positive?
Good question. Can you transfer negativity with QE? You can. With healing techniques, the problem, and I'm not saying all of them, but many healing techniques involves the ego of the healer, right? And that gets transferred along with the energy that they're moving. There's no energy moving with QE, so we're safe there, but I'll explain that. But nobody's ever met an egotistical healer before, have they? Yeah, right. It kind of goes with the territory. Oh, heal. But with QE, you experience nothing. Ego's gone. And then there's nothing to transfer from there. So even people who have ulterior motives, they disappear as soon as they experience you feeling. Now, if they say they're doing QE and they do something else, like, obviously that has nothing to do with it. But you don't need permission because you're not doing anything. Just remember the analogy of getting in the pool. You will not accept, for instance, if they want to do QE for you and you don't want them to, nothing's going to happen. Because you're not accepting the invitation. Okay, it's not a written invitation. It's not a semi-conscious one. It's just, would you like to join me would you like to experience your own you feeling? Yeah, I know, honey. I know. Sorry. It's their fault. They're asking questions. It's not my fault, hon. Where we go next, babe? Oh, book signing. Okay. So all I can say is, if you get a chance, take this workshop coming up a week from Saturday, and by golly, we just dive deeply into this, and we'll be doing 3 really. We have so much fun at the groups are beautiful, like this one. But we give a chance to build a momentum over the days, and by the last time, remarkable. So I'm going to be up signing books, and throughout the week, I'll be doing sessions and that sort of thing, private sessions and that. So I don't know anything more about it than that, except that I'm late and I have to shut up now. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.